Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. I hope your day's off to a fantastic start. Let's review another sunscreen. So we are talking about another spray sunscreen today. We're going to be chatting about the Coola Makeup Setting Sunscreen Spray. This has a broad spectrum SPF 30 and it is water resistant up to 80 minutes. Before we get into the review of this particular product, I do just want to address one thing that I mentioned in my weekly beauty chit chat this past Friday, which was that I've been hearing a lot of buzz about spray sunscreens not really being effective as a form of reapplication. And so I went ahead and I emailed my dermatologist. I have actually been with this particular dermatologist for over 8 years at this point. I really trust this guy. Like, he is the type of dermatologist that, like, he still, you know, as far as like continuing education and learning more about the latest stuff happening in the skincare world, like, he's really on top of it. Like, I've talked about red light therapy with him, all sorts of things. I go in every single year because I have a genetic predisposition to melanoma, and being as pasty and fair as I am, of course, most of my youth I spent either in tanning beds or laying on a trampoline covered in baby oil. I'm sure most of us 80s and 90s kids did that at one point, right? Raise your hand. Obviously very unhealthy, so I am very nervous. On my biological dad's side of the family, there have been a couple of people now that have had melanoma. There is a genetic component to it, so I watch it very carefully. And my dermatologist is always really great about answering all of my questions. He always welcomes emails from me, especially when it comes to things like sun protection. So I flat out asked him if he has heard anything or if he knows anything about spray sunscreens not being effective. And he said, as long as you are following the directions and you are reapplying every 2 hours and you are applying a generous amount, you should be fine. You are getting protection from the product. He also obviously always recommends a hat, sunglasses, stay in the shade if you can, or use an umbrella. Obviously, you know, if you can avoid being in the sun, just blatantly standing in the sun for hours, do that. But if you can't, and the only way for you to reasonably reapply is to use a spray sunscreen, as long as you are generous with it, he said, you are getting the protection that you need. So I'm gonna go with what my dermatologist says, and he said, keep doing what you're doing. I don't ever see a tan on you. So whatever you're doing is very clearly working. Your skin looks great, keep it up. So for me personally, I feel very confident using these, and as long as I am generous in the reapplication, I believe that I am getting the protection from the product. I do think it's probably better, especially on, for example, days like today. It is sunny as all get out. There's not a cloud in the sky. I do prefer personally using a higher SPF. So this one I reviewed last week and I love it, but it's not fragrance free, and honestly neither is this. This is the Vacation Super Spritz. This is an SPF 50. A lot of you are saying that you won't purchase these spray SPFs unless they're mineral. You guys, check out these Seriously Fab. If you are looking for a mineral reapplication spray, look into Seriously Fab. I will link this. I will link this. I will link everything in the description box down below. Go check these products out. This one, for example, has a non-nano zinc oxide, and it's a spray SPF. It is only an SPF of 25, but I mean, if you cannot use a chemical sunscreen, at least you have an option. There might be others out there, and I will try to research them a little bit more, and I will definitely bring you more of those options. But that was like the first one that I found that works quite well. So anyway, now let's get into the Coola. I know that was kind of a long intro, but I felt like it was worth addressing that because I just have heard a lot of people saying lately, like, there's no point in purchasing any of these spray SPFs. And I don't know, that just didn't sound quite right to me. So anyway, according to my doctor, I'm good to go. let's go ahead and get into it. Here are the claims of the product. Ready, set, go. Our organic SPF 30 sunscreen spray provides sheer sun protection and keeps your morning makeup fresh until you hit the hay. Talk about a multitasker. Infused with soothing aloe vera and cooling cucumber, this matte finish sunscreen mist also hydrates. Spritz on the SPF mist for lightweight, no shine protection anytime, anywhere. This is a broad spectrum SPF 30. And let's see. So water resistant up to 80 minutes. It has a natural green tea scent. So it does have a fragrance to it. I don't think it's an offensive fragrance, but people that don't like fragrance just don't like it. So this is probably not going to be the product for you if you're one of those. It claims to help makeup stay on longer and with a matte finish. It's got the hyaluronic acid for the additional hydration. So our active ingredients here are the avobenzone, homosalate, and octisalate. This is reef safe, so you don't have to be concerned about that. 1.5 fluid ounces for $36, but it is on sale at Ulta currently. I paid significantly less at Ulta for this. So if you're curious, I would say purchase it from there. All right, so our directions for this basically state: shake well before use with your eyes completely closed. Mist the face evenly, holding the bottle 6 to 10 inches away from the face. Allow to fully dry over Coola makeup products. Well, we're not using Coola makeup products today. We are using Laura Geller powder foundation. Okay, anything else here? So they've got some consumer testing results. I'll just read through the ones that interested me the most. 92% agreed that it dries down very quickly. 91% agreed that it's lightweight. 91% agree that it's comfortable on the skin all day without feeling sticky or greasy. So yeah, all right, you guys. So how did this work on my skin? I really like this. I have to admit, however, this I would consider more of like a setting spray. I'm not sure this is the one that I would take out with me to the pool. In fact, I've been to the pool a couple times. I don't go in. I don't know how to swim, but I certainly sit next to the pool and watch my daughter have a good time. I have taken this with me. This is fantastic, like for reapplication in terms of really making me feel like I am super protected. But with this one, I do think that I prefer it actually more as a setting spray. So let's go ahead and apply it. That being said, I'm not saying that you're not getting protection from this, but I just think for like actually being outside and really being active, this is one that I would maybe say, maybe keep it in your purse for like incidental touch-ups. But if you're like actively at the beach, if you're actively at the pool, I would say bring something with a higher protection factor. So that's an option. Also, the Pacifica Glow Baby. This has a broad spectrum SPF 45. I also reviewed this one this summer. But let's go ahead and apply this one so that you can see the mist. It does have a really nice mist to it. Let's see if I can just do it here so that you can hopefully see it. See that nice fine mist? It really does disperse the product beautifully. So let's go ahead and spray it on my face. I'm gonna spray it pretty generously. All right. Okay, main thing. Obviously, don't breathe in when you're doing this. This was a thing that I saw a lot of people complaining about, is like the, you know, the stuff getting into your lungs. Don't breathe while you're spraying it. Spray it generously. I mean, you're going to have to in order to actually get the protection, and you're going to have to reapply again, obviously. This is, you know, every 80 minutes, you should be reapplying your sunscreen. So you can see what it looks like on my face now. It does not make my face look shiny. In fact, I think it gives a nice matte finish to my makeup overall. I do really like this. I think it is definitely worth checking out, especially if you have an oilier skin type. and maybe you're actually looking for a makeup setting spray, I do think this one does do a good job of keeping my makeup in place just a little bit longer into the day. Is it a drastic length of time? I wouldn't consider it a drastic length of time, but I get a couple more hours of looking just a little bit less shiny for sure when I have been using this. Again, if you are actively at the beach, you know, take a higher SPF with you, wear a hat, protect yourself from the sun as much as you can, and I think you are going to be getting the protection that you need. So if the only way is to get you to reapply the SPF is to spray it on your face, pick one that you like, preferably a higher SPF, and be generous with your reapplication, and you should be good to go. So anyway, I'm confident in that, but obviously talk to your own physician and see what they say. You know, certainly there are lots of different opinions in the field of dermatology, so your doctor may tell you something totally different, but I'm gonna go with what my doctor has said because he's never steered me wrong. So I hope you guys found this review helpful. Let me know what your favorite spray SPF is. I have a couple more SPF reviews coming up for you guys as we kind of get to the middle part of summer here. I do have the Paula's Choice Limited Edition Healthy Glow Invisible Sunscreen Oil. This is an SPF of 30, and I also have the Derma E Vitamin C Weightless Moisturizer. This has a broad spectrum SPF 45. Let me know which one of these you would be interested in seeing a review of next, and I will get that up for you in the coming weeks. All right, thanks so much for being here. Give this video a big fat thumbs up if you found it helpful. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.